Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep, to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Wednesday, we talk about community, and today's episode is all about the number one way parents get good at asking for and receiving help. If there's one thing most parents have in common, it's the deeply ingrained, sometimes irrational belief that we should be able to do it all. We should be able to juggle work, family, social life, self-care, and still somehow remember to schedule the dentist appointment that's been on our to-do list for the last 6 months. And for those of us with a little neurospiciness in the mix, hello rejection sensitivity, that belief can go even deeper. Asking for help? That's just inviting people to see that we don't have it all together. What if they say no? What if they think we're failing? What if they offer but secretly resent us for it? Our brains are very creative when it comes to overthinking these things. But let's take a step back. When did we decide that parenting was supposed to be a solo mission? Historically, raising kids has always been a communal effort. Extended family, neighbors, entire villages, people relied on each other. No one was expected to do it all alone. And yet, here we are in a time when the nuclear family model has most of us functioning in little isolated pockets, thinking that if we can't handle every single thing ourselves, we're somehow doing it wrong. Spoiler, we aren't. Now, I get it. Asking for help is vulnerable. It can feel like an admission of failure, even when it's objectively not. But this is where the most important mindset shift comes in. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you already know how much I believe in the distinction between being it all and doing it all. It's one of the greatest keys to leadership and entrepreneurship. And it's just as crucial in parenting. For me, the commitment isn't to doing every possible thing for my child. Because let's be honest, that's an impossible standard. It's to being the parent that I want to be. For me, that means being compassionate, patient, loving, present, creative, fun, supportive, and clear. None of those things require me to be the sole executor of every single detail of my child's life. In fact, if I try to be, I'll likely end up exhausted, snappy, and exactly the opposite kind of parent I want to be. A recent example was my child's birthday. I had a vision in my head for how I wanted the celebration to go. And left to my own devices, I could have spiraled into a perfectionist frenzy, stressing over every detail, staying up way too late, and inevitably turning into an overtired, overstimulated shell of myself by the time the party actually happened. But instead, I asked for a ton of help. It was uncomfortable at times. It meant letting go of some of the expectations I had in my head about how things should be. But because I leaned on my support system, I actually got to be the parent I wanted to be on my child's big day. Calm, present, and able to enjoy the moment with them. So if asking for help feels uncomfortable for you, you are not alone. But it's also a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier with practice. Here are a few ways you can start. First, shift the internal narrative. Instead of, I should be able to handle this, try asking, what would actually serve me and my family right now? Because often, what truly serves everyone is you getting the support you need. Second, start small. If the idea of asking for big things feels overwhelming, practice micro asks. Something as simple as, hey, would you mind grabbing an extra snack for my kid? Or, can you hold the baby while I run to the bathroom? It builds the muscle. Third, build a culture of help. People want to support each other, but they don't always know how unless we tell them. The more we normalize giving and receiving help in our friendships and communities, the easier it becomes for everyone. And here's the real kicker. Learning to receive help doesn't just benefit us. It strengthens our relationships, builds trust, and most importantly, models healthy interdependence for our kids. If they see us trying to white-knuckle life alone, they'll internalize the idea that asking for help is a weakness. But if they see us receiving support with gratitude, they'll grow up knowing that it's okay to lean on others and that they don't have to do it all alone either. So let's start small. Let's stretch that muscle, and let's remind ourselves that we are already being the parents our kids need without having to do it all alone. If this hit home, share it with another parent who might need to hear it too. Thanks so much for being here. And join me tomorrow if you want to explore the ultimate source of consistency in parenting. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do share the love and leave a review and comment. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you and to support those you care about. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day, and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.